Herzlich willkommen, meine Damen und Herren, hier vor der Börse in Frankfurt. Sie sehen, es ist ziemlich geschäftig heute und es sind sehr viele Menschen hier. Das liegt daran, dass heute Freitag ist und hier ist Wochenmarkt. Aber einige der Besucher sind auch deswegen gekommen, um Peter Tallman zu sehen. Peter Tallman, der CEO von Klondike Gold. Und immer wenn es Frühling wird, dann kommt Peter hier in Frankfurt vorbei, um den Aktionären, den Shareholder Rede und Antwort zu stehen. Und wir sind sehr froh, dass er heute hier ist. Peter, we are very happy having you here in Frankfurt this year again. It's spring and you bring the results of the last drilling season and the outlook of the new upcoming season. So, what are the results of the last season?
They have all turned out to be really good. We had a really productive season. We doubled the workload. And at the end of it all, we spent a year drilling a gold zone off that remains open in all directions. And we think it's part of the source of the Klondike gold.
So you had now a kind of a roadshow through Austria and Germany, and I can imagine that the most important question was, did you find gold?
Absolutely, everybody asked that. It's been the most active roadshow we've done so far. Everybody's been really interested, and that was the number one question was, are you finding gold? And the answer is yes. We've learned a lot from what we've done, and we're having some good success.
So if I look on these slides you brought to me, I can see a lot of drilling holes. So what did change from the strategy of last drilling season to the upcoming drilling season? Are you expanding the area, or do you change something in your strategy?
That's what's really exciting, is that for really 120 years, everyone who's looked in the area have been looking for one particular thing, and what we've realized is that the gold isn't where everyone's thought it is. It's in a different unit, and it's controlled by faults. And so we have two different revolutions in information. One is we now know the unit that hosts the gold, and number two, we know the structures that control it. So we know what to look for the first time in 120 years.
What does it mean exactly? Are you drilling now on other places or deeper, or what exactly is the result of this?
Well, we ended up drilling something new, and that was the most of last year. But now we've realized we have to go back and drill some of the old stuff because there's some good gold there that we didn't realize. And lastly, we have new areas which are at the other end of the Klondike district that we found gold on surface, and they look exactly like these new zones. So we found new things, and we're having to go back to the old things to expand the gold zones we know about.
So what are your expectations for this new drilling season? Will you find the gold in this season, or getting at least new results, and next year, for example 2019, will then be the year you will find the big nuggets?
Maybe this year. The exciting part is what we're going to do is jump from one end of our district property 55 kilometers away down the belt and drill something new there. If we hit it, then that's going to imply that the entire 55 kilometer length of the property is mineralized, and the system is huge. So lots of potential, and that would lead to 2019 with all sorts of other work. But for now, the excitement, the thing to do is prove that there's gold everywhere in the district, not just in one local area.
So maybe the audience can see my blue hands. It's very cold here right now. That's especially for you, but that leads me to another question. It's very cold right now in the Yukon area, so minus 22 degrees. I can remember it was yesterday, but when will you start drilling again?
The spring has already arrived, so that rapidly warms up there. As soon as I leave Frankfurt, which is tomorrow, I'm going directly to the Klondike to start work. Drilling will start mid-May, maybe to early June, depends on the weather.
what is the most important reason for your shareholders here in Germany and for the future shareholders to invest their money in Klondike Gold?
Well, for the past 3 years, we've been systematically improving our knowledge of where the gold is, and especially last year, we made a really big advance in where we think there is gold, and this year we're going to try to discover many of the sources of the Klondike Gold District, and if we can do that, that's going to be a really, really positive thing for shareholders.
Thank you, Peter. It was a great pleasure having you here, and we will see again when the drilling season is over and you hopefully have some very good results. Das, meine Damen und Herren, war Peter Tallman von Klondike Gold, der CEO. Er wird wiederkommen im Herbst, wenn die Bohrsaison vorbei ist. Er wird uns hoffentlich gute Ergebnisse mitbringen und damit verabschieden wir uns von Ihnen. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und noch einen schönen Tag.